Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful's Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, has been in the dumps since Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, chose to stay with Taylor Hayes. Rebecca Budick, however, it seems that Brooke is about to find out something exciting that will pull her out of this rut and give her something to look forward to. What is on the horizon for Brooke? Ridge has treated Brooke terribly since she took the CEO job at Forrester Creations, even though she was trying to get the company back to the Forresters. Of course, Eric Forrester, John McCook, was the only person who believed her. Ridge, the serial waffler, immediately ran to Taylor and never gave Brooke's reasoning a second thought. Brooke has tried to explain herself time and again. It has done her no good to plead to him. Brooke has grown more and more depressed over Ridge's actions. Brooke cannot hardly stand to work at Forrester Creations because of her sorrow over this relationship failure. However, it seems that Nick Marone, Jack Wagner, is about to come home and Brooke may just love that. Ridge has been doing this to Brooke for years. However, Brooke has always believed that Ridge was her destiny. Perhaps it is time for Brooke to show Ridge that he is not the only man in the world. Will Brooke hook up with Ridge's half-brother, Nick, and show Ridge that there are some men out there who actually respect women and don't keep a spare in the closet? Ridge always keeps either Brooke or Taylor on the back burner to play them against each other. What will Ridge do when Brooke decides to stop waiting on him and move on? Is it time that Brooke puts herself first instead of waiting for Ridge to change his mind? Will Brooke ride off into the sunset with another man? Ridge is certainly going to pay attention if Brooke and Nick get together. Ridge is used to having Brooke waiting for him to return instead of putting a lot into a relationship to move one from him. Will Brooke's decision to move on with Nick be enough to make Ridge come to his senses, or will he continue to stay with Taylor and try to make this work? Ridge may even rush into marriage with Taylor because he wants to prove that he has done the right things. However, Ridge will eventually realize that Brooke is who he is meant to be with. Will Ridge and Brooke end up cheating before he breaks things off with Taylor, or have Brooke and Ridge found their new destinies? A morning sunlight poured into the Forrester mansion, casting golden hues across the marble floors and sparkling through the elegant windows. Brooke Logan stood on the terrace outside the grand living room, a cup of coffee in her hand and a peaceful smile on her lips. A rarity in recent months. For once, chaos seemed at bay. Her heart wasn't torn in two. Ridge wasn't off with Taylor, at least not this week. And the constant tug-of-war between her children's happiness wasn't weighing her down. But there was more than just calm in Brooke's heart. There was a spark of anticipation, something she hadn't felt in a long time. For decades, Brooke had lived through whirlwind romances, scandals, heartbreaks, and betrayal. But now, after all the pain and loss, she felt something unexpected, a sense of purpose, of hope, of adventure, and it all began with a letter. A letter from the past. A few days earlier, while organizing old boxes in her guest house, Brooke stumbled upon a dusty envelope tucked inside an even dustier book. She'd been searching for a misplaced scarf when she found it. The envelope was sealed with wax, with her name written in elegant calligraphy. Brooke Elizabeth Logan. She gasped when she saw the handwriting. It belonged to her late mother, Beth. Hands trembling, she opened it. My dearest Brooke, if you are reading this, it means time has moved forward, and I am likely no longer by your side. But I know my daughter, strong, beautiful, determined, and brave. This letter isn't just a goodbye, it's an invitation. There's a place in Lake Como, Italy, where your father and I once shared the most incredible week of our lives. It was where I first realized the power of letting go, of dreaming, of falling in love with life again. We always meant to take you there when you were older, but time passed. Life got in the way. I've made arrangements, a villa, under your name. I left instructions in my will, and it's yours to discover. Go, find joy. Find adventure. Find you. With all my love, Mom. Brooke had read and reread the letter a dozen times since then. It was the first thing in ages that stirred her spirit in a new direction. One not ruled by Ridge's mood swings or Hope's love life. It was for her. She hadn't told anyone yet. Not Ridge, not Hope, not even Donna. This was her secret, her gift, and she wasn't going to let anyone ruin it. Ridge notices a change. Later that morning, Ridge popped by to drop off some Forrester sketches he claimed he wanted her opinion on, though Brooke could tell he just missed her. "You're glowing," he remarked, raising an eyebrow. "What's going on, Logan?" Brooke smiled, brushing a golden strand of hair behind her ear. "Is it such a crime for a woman to be happy? You're always beautiful. But this is different." Brooke looked at him, tempted to share her secret, but stopped. "Not yet. I'm just realizing life has more to offer than waiting around for things to fix themselves." Ridge tilted his head. "Sounds like a new philosophy." She laughed, that familiar Brooke sparkle returning to her eyes. "Maybe it is. Maybe it's time I started focusing on what I want, not what everyone else needs from me." Ridge looked unsure how to take that. He was used to Brooke being at the center of everyone's chaos, the glue, the mediator, the constant in a storm. But now she was detaching, evolving, dreaming. He wasn't sure he liked it. A secret planning session. That evening, Brooke slipped into her bedroom, poured a glass of wine, and opened her laptop. The villa her mother mentioned did exist. She confirmed it through an Italian law firm. Her name was on the deed. Pictures showed a sprawling, sun-drenched estate surrounded by lavender fields and the tranquil waters of Lake Como. It was the stuff of dreams, the kind of place where you could write poetry, paint, fall in love, or maybe just rediscover yourself. She began planning flights, packing lists, a journal, a sketch pad. She even started brushing up on her Italian. Her only dilemma now, would she go alone? A sister's curiosity. Donna barged into the guest house 2 days later without knocking, as usual. "Why haven't you returned my calls?" she asked, hands on hips. "I've been busy," Brooke replied vaguely. Donna narrowed her eyes. "That means you're either in love, hiding something, or plotting revenge." Brooke laughed. "None of the above." "Spill, sis." Brooke hesitated. Then she smiled, deciding it was time to tell someone. "I found a letter from Mom. She left me a villa. In Italy." Donna gasped. "You're kidding. Italy?" "Brooke, that's amazing." "I know, and I'm going." Donna squealed and hugged her. "I am so jealous. I need this, Donna. Not as a Forrester, not as Ridge's on-again, off-again love. As Brooke. Just me." Donna nodded, for once completely serious. "Then you have to go. And don't let anyone talk you out of it. Trouble in paradise, or a push in the right direction?" Of course, news travels fast in Los Angeles, especially when Quinn Fuller happens to overhear Donna gushing to Katie at Il Giardino about Brooke's plans. "She's going to Italy?" Quinn muttered, sipping her espresso. Alone? The idea irked her. Not because she cared about Brooke's happiness, far from it, but because she knew Ridge still carried a torch for his Logan. If Brooke came back even more radiant than before, confident and unattached, it could tip the scales. Ridge had recently been confiding in her about his confusion, his regrets. If Brooke came back glowing, what then? Quinn decided she had to stir the pot. She accidentally ran into Ridge at Forrester Creations and dropped the bomb. "Did you hear about Brooke's trip?" she said, all innocence. "What trip?" "To Italy. I think she's going to that romantic Lake Como place. Alone. Unless she isn't." Ridge's eyes darkened. "She didn't tell me." Well, maybe she didn't want to be followed. The seed was planted. Ridge follows his heart, or his ego. By the end of the week, Brooke was packed. Her flight was booked. She was set to leave Sunday evening. But Saturday morning, Ridge showed up at her door with his own suitcase in hand. "You're not going without me," he said. Brooke blinked. "Excuse me? I heard about the villa. I want to come. Ridge, this was something personal, a gift from my mother. I know. And I think it's beautiful. I miss us. Maybe this could be our fresh start. Brooke's heart ached. The old Brooke, the one who always folded at Ridge's touch, would have said yes. But not this Brooke. I love you, Ridge. But this journey is mine. If you want a fresh start, we can talk when I get back. But right now, I need to do this alone. Ridge was stunned. So you're choosing Italy over me? I am choosing me. A journey begins. And just like that, Brooke Logan boarded her plane the next day. First class seat under her, journal in hand, and a heart filled with promise. Lake Como didn't disappoint. The villa was breathtaking. The air was sweet with blooming jasmine, and the lake shimmered like glass under the morning sun. Brooke spent her days sipping espresso on the terrace, sketching the landscape, and journaling thoughts she hadn't let surface in years. She met locals who welcomed her like family, explored ancient villas, and danced under the stars at a lakeside festival. One evening, she met a widowed novelist named Marco, charming, wise, and utterly uninterested in her last name. He didn't know about Ridge. He didn't care about Forrester Creations. He asked her about her dreams, her passions, her childhood memories. And for the first time in a long time, Brooke felt seen. A new chapter. By the end of her stay, Brooke had made a decision. She wasn't returning to LA to pick up the same pieces. She was going to create something new. Maybe she'd start a fragrance line of her own. Maybe write that memoir people kept telling her to write. Or maybe she'd stay in Italy a little longer. After all, the villa had her name on it. And for the first time in decades, she wasn't just the woman everyone wanted her to be. She was Brooke Logan. And she had something exciting to look forward to. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Boldy and BAUTFULUPDAT YouTube channel for more update news.